In the latest political developments, Labour is facing declining support in the nation's largest states, while Prime Minister Anthony Albanese still holds a narrow lead over opposition leader Peter Dutton in terms of preferred Prime Minister. Voter backing for Labour has dropped in key states like New South Wales, NSW, and Victoria, falling from 33% to 29% since the last election. A significant shift against the party has also been observed in Western Australia, raising concerns about Labour's parliamentary majority. In Victoria, the coalition has seen its support climb from 33% to 38%, marking its strongest performance since the 2022 election. Similarly, in NSW, the coalition has gained ground, increasing its support from 37% to 38%. Despite these gains, Albanese leads Dutton in both states on the question of preferred Prime Minister, maintaining a slim 38% to 36% advantage in NSW and a 36% to 34% lead in Victoria. Nationally, the latest Resolve Strategic Survey suggests the two leaders are closely matched, with Albanese at 37% and Dutton at 36%. Resolve Strategic's quarterly analysis, based on responses from 4,831 voters between October and December 2024, highlights a continuing trend of voters shifting from Labour to the coalition since the May 2022 election. Resolve Director Jim Reid has warned that Labour risks losing its majority unless public opinion shifts significantly in the coming months. The Resolve Political Monitor shows the coalition slightly ahead in two-party preferred terms, holding 51% compared to Labour's 49%. The Greens have maintained a 12% national primary vote, but their support has fallen in Queensland, where they are vying to retain 3 seats. Labour's primary vote has slightly decreased nationwide, dropping from 27% to 26%, while the coalition's has risen from 40% to 41%. In Western Australia, Labour has suffered a significant decline, with its primary vote falling from 37% to 30%, as the coalition's support increased from 35% to 37%. Victoria has emerged as a critical battleground for the 2025 federal election. The coalition's growing support in the state has positioned it to potentially reclaim key seats such as Aston, Chisholm, and McEwen. The shift toward the Liberals also threatens 2 Teal independents, Monique Ryan in Kooyong and Zoe Daniel in Goldstein, who hold their seats by narrow margins. In NSW, Labour faces similar challenges. Its primary vote has dropped from 33% to 29%, while the coalition's support has edged up from 37% to 38%. Rising living costs and interest rate pressures have particularly affected Labour's support among middle-aged voters, a demographic sensitive to mortgage repayment fluctuations. Among Australians aged 35 to 49, Labour's primary vote has fallen, reducing its two-party preferred lead from 53% to 47%. In contrast, the coalition has gained support in this group, now holding 37%. The Greens continue to perform well among younger voters, where Labour leads the coalition and the Greens 63% to 37% in two-party preferred terms. However, among Australians over 65, the coalition dominates with a 62% to 38% lead. Prime Minister Albanese's approval rating has also declined, dropping from 46% in April-June to 41% in the latest quarter. His disapproval rating has risen from 48% to 53%. Meanwhile, Peter Dutton is closing the gap, particularly in Victoria, where Albanese's net approval rating stands at -12. Dutton is ahead in Queensland and narrowing the margin in NSW, where he trails Albanese by just 4 points. In Victoria, the Prime Minister's lead over Dutton has shrunk to 10 points, down significantly in the past 6 months. Despite challenges, Labour received some positive news in Western Australia, where its two-party preferred vote has risen to 54% compared to the coalition's 46%. Albanese remains the preferred Prime Minister in Western Australia and South Australia, where he leads Dutton by 14 points. That's all for this edition of Australian News Update. Stay tuned for more insights into the nation's political landscape. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.